COVID, I first of all, it's good to see that you're turning better intact, but you come out and you get 3 strikeouts. Just what did these last few weeks look like for you that allowed you to kind of just keep this edge like here?
I wasn't able to do a whole lot for the first 10 days. I was in a hotel room here in LA, so that was the first 5 days weren't bad, but the last 5 that was pretty tough. Just being stuck in a hotel room and not being outside. I tried to get out as much as I could, just drive my car around to be outside. But went back to Arizona after the Chicago trip and threw a couple bullpens and some live BPs and felt really good. So I was able to come back, and I was happy to get in there today and be able to help us win.
This spring, there was kind of later in spring, we were talking about how you just felt like you were throwing with conviction, and that was where you wanted to be. Do you still feel like that right now?
Yeah. I can throw that way every day and be able to work on stuff. Whether it's a new pitch or a new grip, being able to throw curveballs and to have belief in that curveball. It's going to go where I want it to go. It's not going to hurt. That's I've still been able to do that.
Do you feel like, given kind of what the bullpen is, that you can kind of be a pretty big weapon for this team, kind of going 1-1 plus all that sort of thing?
Yeah. Just the way that I've bounced back from outing to outing. And I said it last year. I feel like the more that I throw, the better that I feel. So I'll enjoy the off day tomorrow and be looking forward to getting out there against whoever we play after tomorrow. Phillies.
You've been starting your whole life. Is there like a difference in mentality when you go into that as a reliever?
If you've got runners on base, maybe so. I think giving up, your teammates' runs stinks more than, giving up your own runs. So I think that kind of probably locks you in a little bit more. I have to be honest, I didn't know that it was a 2-run game when I came in. I think there were runners on first and second, and I thought it was a 3-run game. But just not wanting to give up, one of your pin mates or your pin mates, not wanting to give up their runs, I think kind of helps lock you in.
Is there something, I know you talked about the more you throw, the better you feel, like being in the bullpen, maybe throwing more regularly than starters, sort of schedule that sort of allow you to block in?
Yeah, you have a routine as a starter, and it's probably a little bit tougher to have that type of routine as a reliever because you never know when you're going to be in there. You can get up and get hot like I did last night and not go in. So those are things that you can't really control, and as a starter, when you're going to be throwing. What day you'll throw a bullpen. Your workouts for those days. As a reliever, you just kind of do stuff on the fly, and that's kind of something I'm still working on and still learning.
In the NBA playoffs, they have podium games.
So what?
Podium games, when someone does something good. You got a podium game.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Should have wore a really nice watch.
Yeah,
Done something like that. Yeah.
That chain's pretty nice.
I should have took those.
That was the statement. My question.
Given your back, but do you feel 100%?
I'd like to say yes, but probably not. It's just, I think COVID, hits people differently, and I still have some lingering stuff, and I've got medicine for it, so hopefully, in the next 4 or 5 days, it gets better. And I feel like my energy is still coming back, so that's good. But, it affects people differently, and I think it still affects me a little bit.
Do you feel breath at all? Like, is that hard to breathe?
No, it hasn't really affected my breath. Just my throat. Not full energy yet. I can definitely feel that throughout the day. But I'm sure it will get better